Hi, my name is John, and this is an intro to TaskSafe. I'm just going to briefly go over a couple things to get the average beginner started. So, after it's installed and you have the license, you should be able to run updates. You typically want to run an update before you ever open it, just in case anything happens in the background and they make some changes, so make sure you're always up to date. So this is basically the main dashboard. So for the field side, you're always going to want to go into My Work Schedule, and so this is going to be an example of a My Work Schedule type thing. So every day, foreman can go in, or whoever is helping them enter in time and billing and vendor slips can go in here and select the day that they want to choose. You go here for zone. I'm selected Calgary SMR right now because that's what we're doing, and the crew. So obviously there's sometimes various crews on a given contract, so we have 3, and so we'll use Dallas for an example. Then you want to click where your job is, so ours is G69304, and here's basically the entry page. So this is what you want to select: mains, services, and anything else that you're doing that day that you either have guys hours charged to or someone is working on. But on a given day, we're typically doing mains and services, and mobilization happens at the start and at the end, so it's I'll show a normal example for now. JCR, this is where our billing goes, so I will take those out. So this is basically our contract items. So say for example on this day we installed 100 meters of main in asphalt. Select that, and so we installed 12 services in asphalt. So that's our billing. That's what we did for the day. If you want to resort it, if you want to kind of just look at the ones you've entered in. Oh, I gotta press enter. There. So it's sorting by quantity. You can also sort by code, or you can just select the ones that you have selected just to see them. So that's your billing. As soon as you exit, it saves. Next thing is your timesheet. Whoever did work that day on your site. This is the core crew in this portion here. They're usually there every day, so they're always going to show up. They're done in the crews are arranged in the back office, which is for another video. Just don't want to make this one too complicated. So that's all set up. So as soon as you know who your crew is, it's set up, and this shows up. If you have internal subs, so examples would be gas fitters or drillers, sometimes internal hydrovacers, they would go here. And here's where your vehicles are going to show up. So that's also set up in the back office. So whatever each person has worked that day on either mains or services, you punch it in just like normal. Say these guys worked on mains, and these guys worked on services. So that's in, and we'll say that we had a driller on site. So here's where you would look. Let's pick Jared for example. Okay, He's a driller. Let's say he was drilling services for 10 hours. You would attach a photo. And I've got my camera blacked out right now as I'm using the laptop, so just bear with it. It's going to be black. And that's an example of how you would enter in that. And on your job that day, say you had this equipment working on mains and this equipment working on services. That's all it is for your timesheet. Simple. Everyone gets paid. Everyone has their hours. You've coded it towards either mains or services, whatever they're working on. You've accounted for your internal subs, whoever was on site. You attach their timesheet or slip or whatever hours that they have said that they worked on your site. As soon as you press X, it saves your timesheet. Next thing, to capture the cost of that day, you need to enter in your slips, which could be aggregates from a dump truck. It could be concrete cutters, saw cutters, any type of subcontractor, hydrovackers, basically anything that costs you money on site and any people that leave you slips. So let's say hydrovac, for example. So Badger daylighting, hydrovac, one operator, unit cost $225. And let's say their ticket number was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which it would never be, but we'll say for example, 225, let's say they stayed there for 9.5 hours. Attach a slip. Again, this is going to be black. Camera's blacked out, but you would put the slip in front of the camera. Job task is either mains or services. Let's say they did mains, they had to open up some shots. There's your total, and you can add all your slips in here, exactly how that one was just done. You would press X. At this point, that's all I'm going to show. The other stuff is still, a work in progress, but that's how you can get, the basics, your labor, your timesheets, your equipment, your billing, and your costs for the day. So to see what you've just entered in, you go to end of day report, and here's where it all comes together. Right here. Double check. And at this point, the foreman can say, alright, it's ready to go to the general foreman. You press OK, it goes off to the general foreman, and you're done for the day. Thank you.